Your 20s are essentially a financial minefield where every single step can lead to either lifelong freedom or a permanent trap. While everyone around you is busy buying luxury cars they cannot afford or taking out massive loans for degrees that result in average jobs, you have the chance to do something different. It is easy to fall into the habit of complaining about being broke while simultaneously spending a fortune on food delivery services several times a week. The reality is that the purchases you make right now will dictate whether your 30s are spent building massive wealth or living in a repetitive cycle of financial stress. Most people get this completely wrong by thinking their younger years are only for spending and their later years are for saving. That logic is just like trying to train for a grueling marathon the very night before the race begins. I have spent a significant amount of time analyzing why some individuals escape the daily grind while others remain stuck on the hamster wheel for their entire lives. If you are tired of seeing your bank account balance stay at the same depressing level month after month, you need to understand the 7 purchases that can change your life. Before we break these down, please understand that I am not a financial advisor, and this is not professional financial advice. These are simply the core lessons learned from observing both incredible successes and spectacular failures in the world of money. The people who achieve true independence while they are still young enough to enjoy it always prioritize these specific investments. While most people use their 20s to live it up and spend every cent they earn, those who understand the power of compound interest know that small decisions today create massive results later. Investing $100 wisely at 25 can turn into thousands by the time you are 50, whereas spending that same money on things that lose value leaves you with nothing but debt. Let us start with the first major purchase, which is an investment in a side hustle. Many people assume a side business should be free, but the most successful ventures usually require some initial capital to get off the ground properly. Whether you are buying professional equipment, paying for website hosting, or investing in high-quality courses to learn a new skill, starting a business almost always requires putting some money down first. This is the single best investment you can make in your 20s because you likely have fewer responsibilities like mortgages or children holding you back. You can afford to take risks and try new things, and if you succeed, you might never have to worry about a traditional job again. The trick is to build on your existing strengths rather than chasing random trends that do not match your skills. The second life-changing purchase is investing in index funds through tax-advantaged accounts. This is where the true magic of time shows its power, giving you an unfair advantage over anyone who starts later in life. If you invest just $200 every month into an S&P 500 index fund, starting at age 22, you could have over $1 million by the time you reach 67. That is less than $7 a day to become a millionaire, but waiting just 10 years to start could cost you over $300,000 in the long run. Index funds are the reliable and steady foundation of the investment world, consistently outperforming most professional money managers over time. If you want to learn more about how to master your money and build a future of total freedom, make sure to join us here at Billy Finance and hit that subscribe button right now. Our community is dedicated to helping you make the smart moves today so you can enjoy the rewards for the rest of your life. The third purchase you should consider is a strategic plane ticket. This is not about blowing your savings on fancy vacations for social media likes, but about investing in experiences that broaden your perspective and build self-reliance. Traveling while you are young teaches you how to navigate unfamiliar environments and solve complex problems, which are skills that will serve you forever. You can do this smartly by using travel rewards and credit card points to explore the world without breaking the bank. The fourth essential purchase is education, specifically the kind that increases your actual value in the modern marketplace. I'm talking about books, specialized workshops, and online programs that teach you high-level skills like coding, marketing, or sales. A $20 book can completely shift your mindset, and a few $100s spent on a legitimate course can increase your income by thousands. Your brain is at its most adaptable state right now, so take advantage of your ability to learn new things faster than you ever will again. Finally, the fifth purchase that can transform your future is real estate. You do not need to be a millionaire to start if you look into creative strategies like house hacking or using low down payment programs. Real estate allows you to build wealth through property appreciation and rental income while using leverage to control a valuable asset. By renting out part of your home, you can have other people pay your mortgage while you build equity in an asset that grows in value every year. Think about letting others pay for your assets through rental income. If buying a whole property feels out of reach, look into the concept of house hacking. You could purchase a duplex to live in one side while the neighbor pays your mortgage, or simply rent out extra rooms in a house to your friends. Even short-term rentals on popular travel platforms can be a goldmine if the local market is right. The ultimate objective is to let tenants build your equity while you benefit from the property value going up over time. It is definitely more work than just buying stocks, but the potential for generating massive wealth is undeniable. The sixth purchase on our list might seem a bit dull, but it is actually a vital pillar of your financial success. Focus on buying reliable transportation rather than just a car. There is a world of difference between those two concepts, and understanding it can save you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Most people in their 20s feel pressured to drive a luxury vehicle to prove they are successful. They sign up for $30,000 loans they cannot really afford, with monthly payments that drain their bank accounts for 6 or 7 years. That same capital could be working for you in the market, growing into a small fortune by the time you reach 40. Let us be honest about the reality of cars. They are not investments. They are losing assets that cost you money every single day. The second you drive a brand new vehicle off the lot, its value drops by thousands. It is essentially like setting your cash on fire, but with the added burden of monthly bills. Instead, look for a 3 to 5-year-old reliable model, like a Toyota or a Honda, for $10,000 to $15,000. Pay with cash if you can, or get the shortest loan term possible. These machines can easily last for 200,000 miles with basic maintenance, and they are inexpensive to insure. The money you save by avoiding a heavy car payment can be funneled directly into your investments. If you skip a $500 monthly payment and invest it at an 8% return, you will have over $600,000 after 30 years. That is the true cost of driving an expensive car in your youth. Not just the price on the sticker, but the wealth you failed to build. Furthermore, without that debt hanging over your head, you have the freedom to take risks in your professional life. You can quit a toxic job or start a new business because you do not have a huge monthly overhead to worry about. Real freedom begins when you cut out unnecessary expenses, and car payments are usually the biggest culprit. The seventh and final life-changing purchase is an investment in your physical well-being. This often gets ignored because the benefits take time to manifest, but your health is the engine for everything else. It determines your work capacity, your focus, and whether you will actually be healthy enough to enjoy your money later on. This does not mean you need a fancy gym membership or a private coach. It means mastering the basics that most young people neglect because they feel invincible. Prioritize real food over fast food and energy drinks. Get consistent sleep instead of staying up all night every week. Find a way to stay active that does not just involve walking to the kitchen. Your 20s are when you build the habits that will either fuel your dreams or destroy your potential for decades to come. If you're always tired or stressed, no investment strategy in the world can save you because you will not have the energy to execute it. The hidden cost of a poor lifestyle is not just the medical bills, although those can be devastating. It is the opportunity cost of being unable to work at your peak performance or missing out on big breaks because you lack the stamina. Building wealth is a marathon that requires sustained effort over many years. Whether you are managing a business or your portfolio, you need mental and physical clarity. If you treat your body poorly, you are essentially sabotaging your own path to success. Think of your health as a performance enhancer for every other goal you have. Better sleep leads to better decisions, and better nutrition leads to stable energy throughout the day. These are not luxuries. They are the foundation for the life you want to create. All of these purchases share a common theme: playing the long game instead of seeking instant gratification. Every one of them requires you to think differently than the average person. While everyone else is trying to look successful, you're focusing on actually becoming wealthy. This is where compound interest applies to life, not just bank accounts. Every wise choice you make now multiplies into better opportunities later. Skills you learn in a side hustle make you more valuable, and every dollar you save grows exponentially over the years. Every relationship you build through your travels can lead to a massive breakthrough in the future. Avoiding debt today frees up the capital you need to build your empire tomorrow. Unfortunately, the reverse is also true because bad decisions compound negatively. High interest debt and excessive car payments trap you and prevent any real growth. This is why your 20s are a critical turning point for your entire future trajectory. Most people make the mistake of seeing these 7 purchases as separate, but they are all deeply connected. Your business success relies on your energy levels, and your ability to invest depends on keeping your lifestyle costs low. This holistic approach is what separates the truly wealthy from those who just wander through life without a plan. When you see how these pieces fit together, your decisions will start to reinforce one another. A common trap is trying to change everything at once and becoming overwhelmed. You cannot launch 3 businesses and overhaul your entire life in a single month without burning out. The better way is to prioritize based on your current needs and build momentum slowly. If you have debt, focus on the side hustle first to clear it out. If you have a decent income, start automating your savings and swap that expensive car for something modest. If you are financially stable but bored, Invest in travel and education to broaden your horizons. The psychological aspect of this is vital, even though most financial advice skips it. You have to be comfortable being different from your friends and peers. While they are posting about their new cars on social media, you are quietly buying index funds and driving a used Toyota. While they struggle with being broke, you are building a foundation that will last a lifetime. The real test is whether you can handle being viewed as boring or cheap for the sake of your future self. Can you stay the course when the market is down and everyone else is panicking? These are character-building exercises that define the person you will become. The habits you form today will dictate how you manage wealth for the rest of your life. If you learn to live simply and invest early, these patterns will stay with you as your income continues to grow. If you start a habit of spending every single dollar you make and making buying choices based on feelings rather than facts, that cycle will be extremely hard to snap out of down the road. Wealthy individuals are not always more intelligent or more focused than the average person. They simply established superior financial habits when they were younger and allowed the power of compound interest to work in their favor. On the flip side, those who find themselves in constant financial trouble often repeat the same basic errors because they fail to prioritize long-term thinking. Your 20s are going to fly by no matter what choices you make right now. The real question is whether you will reach 30 and wonder where all your cash disappeared to, or if you will be standing on a solid foundation that offers you real options for your future. Investing in these 7 areas is not just about stacking cash. It is about becoming the type of individual who realizes that true success is not about trying to wow people you do not know with things you cannot actually pay for. It is about earning the freedom to wake up every single morning and choosing how to spend your time, instead of being forced to work just to cover your monthly bills. Take action and start with one of these investments today. Because 10 years from today, you will either be incredibly grateful for your younger self or deeply regret that you waited so long. If you enjoyed this guide, make sure to subscribe to Billy Finance for more tips on building a secure future. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Do not forget to drop a comment below and let us know which of these habits you are starting today.